Spurs Nation, we are back, Jack. We are back. Drive-Thru Spurs takes with your boy. Got a new mic, got a new car rig set up for my phone. So let's get right into it, okay? I want to talk about the starting lineup, particularly the starting lineup in the first quarter. I think we're struggling. I think that's obvious to see, but let's really kind of compare over the last 6 games how we start off in the first quarter and when we have to start making substitutions, right? So I'm going to take the first 5 to 7 minute samples of the first quarter in our last 6 games, okay? Going back to Portland, right? 6 games ago we played Portland, and the first substitution that we made was Derek White off the bench, and we were down 21-4, all right, in about 5 minutes of play. Terrible on the defensive end, giving up 21 points right off the bat. And after 5 minutes of seeing that, Coach Pop had enough, started making some subs. DeJounte had his minute restriction kind of come into play there, and our bench has to come from behind every time that they check in the game in the first quarter. So let's move on to Golden State. Now, against Golden State, Derek White did start this game, all right? So that's something to be noted, that DeJounte did not play the second night of a back-to-back, and Derek White did get the start. So it seemed a little bit more like last year, right? With Derek White, Bryn Forbes, DeMar DeRozan, and now Trey Lyles. But Golden State, they were down 17-13. Okay, so then they made their first substitution about 7 minutes into the game, and again trailing by 4 points there. Okay, so now we got the Lakers in the first quarter. We're down 14-11 when we made our first substitution. Against Atlanta, we're down 9-8, only 1 point there when we made our first substitution. Then even against the Thunder, where LaMarcus Aldridge had a great night, we were trailing 12-10 when we made our first substitution. All right, now Boston, obviously we got our tails whooped, giving up 72 points in the first half, 39 points in the first quarter, and we were trailing 5 minutes into the game. Coach Pop pulls off all 5 guys, puts in a whole new 5, because it was 16-10 at that point. So again, down 6. So in the last 6 games, when we made our first substitution, San Antonio was down 17 against Portland, down 4 against Golden State, down 3 against the Lakers, down 1 against Atlanta, down 2 against the Thunder, and down 6 against Boston. All right, now, so to me, this just kind of tells me that either they haven't figured it out yet, and that's kind of what I want to believe, is that our starting unit still has some figuring out to do. I don't think we're going to panic. That we're going to see different lineups throughout the year. I'm particularly interested to see how we look like with Jakob in the starting lineup. Obviously, we're struggling on the defensive end with that group, even though DeJounte has a hell of a impact on the defensive end. We're still giving up quite a bit of points. Okay, I'm kind of thinking maybe that's that Bryn DeMar DeRozan tandem on the same floor together. I just don't know if defensively it holds weight, because LaMarcus Aldridge has been a hell of a defender. Let's talk about that. As much as we haven't really been getting it done on the defensive end, I think LaMarcus has been doing a great job playing at the 5, playing defense at the 5. But let's go ahead and put Jakob in there and see what happens. A lot of easy baskets are going to start getting challenged. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lineup change in the near future. I think we have so much depth. We have strength in numbers this year, where it'd be smart of us, I feel like, to experiment, right? So, and we know we will. Every year, that's the case for every single team in the NBA. At one point or another, for one reason or another, we have to make adjustments into the starting lineup. So I'm a little bit worried about this lineup. I like it later on in the game. Later on in the game, I'm thinking that this starting group plays very well together, right? In the third quarter, they play all right. In the fourth quarter, they play all right. But starting the game together we're having some trouble getting both of our guys going, and LaMarcus and DeMar DeRozan. I think that either one of them kind of gets going, or DeJounte and Bryn have to try to pick up the slack. But on the defensive end, we haven't been really getting it done. And so I'm interested to see where we come back from this, like how we battle back with the starting lineup. Do we change the lineup? Do we let them figure it out? Is this the same starting lineup that we're going to have all season? At what point does Lonnie Walker come into the fold? Right? So that's my take here. Keldon Johnson's been balling out with 29 points and 28 points, 27 points, something like that. So great for KJ over there in Austin. He's doing his thing. All right, so thanks for you guys for watching. Drive-Thru Spurs takes are back. Make sure to subscribe, like, do all those little things down here, and make sure to tune into the next episode. All right, adios.